What if I told you that 83% of small businesses struggle with cash flow? Yet there is a ridiculously simple system that could solve this problem forever. What if the way you have been taught to think about profit is completely backwards? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most game-changing business books I have ever read, Profit First by Michalowicz. This book completely revolutionized how I think about business finances, and by the end of this video, it will change how you think about money in your business too. Michalowicz is not just another business guru throwing around theories. He is an entrepreneur who built and sold to multi-million-dollar companies. But here is the shocking part. He went broke twice doing it. Despite generating millions in revenue, he had no profit to show for it. This personal financial disaster led him to develop the Profit First system, which has now helped thousands of businesses become consistently profitable. The first revolutionary concept is flipping the profit equation. Traditional accounting teaches us that sales minus expenses equals profit. But Michalowicz discovered this formula is fundamentally flawed because it treats profit as leftover scraps. Instead, the Profit First system uses sales minus profit equals expenses. You take your profit first, then figure out how to run your business on what remains. Let me share a real example. Sarah owned a digital marketing agency that was generating $50,000 per month in revenue, but was barely breaking even. She implemented Profit First and immediately started allocating 5% of every payment to her profit account. Within 3 months, she had accumulated $7,500 in pure profit, while her business operations continued running smoothly. The constraint of having less money for expenses actually forced her to become more efficient and eliminate wasteful spending. The second key principle is the envelope system for businesses. Just like using cash envelopes for personal budgeting, you create separate bank accounts for different purposes. Michalowicz recommends 5 core accounts: profit, owner compensation, taxes, operating expenses, and revenue. Every dollar that comes into your business gets immediately distributed into these accounts based on predetermined percentages. Consider the story of Marcus, who owned a small construction company. Before Profit First, all his money sat in one checking account, and he constantly worried about whether he could afford new equipment or payroll. After setting up the 5-account system, he could see exactly how much money was available for each purpose. When tax season arrived, instead of scrambling to find $15,000, the money was already sitting in his tax account waiting to be paid. The third transformative idea is that cash flow problems are really allocation problems. Most business owners think they need more sales to solve their money problems. But Michalowicz argues that better allocation of existing revenue is usually the real solution. When you cannot see where your money is going, you cannot make informed decisions about your spending. Here is a powerful example. Jennifer ran a boutique that was doing $200,000 in annual revenue, but she was constantly stressed about money. Using Profit First, she realized she was spending 40% of her revenue on inventory, when industry standards suggested 25 to 30%. By simply adjusting her buying habits and focusing on higher margin items, she freed up an extra $20,000 annually without increasing sales by a single dollar. The fourth principle is starting small with your profit percentage. Michalowicz does not expect you to immediately allocate 20% to profit. Instead, he recommends starting with just 1% and gradually increasing it every quarter. This approach makes the system psychologically easier to adopt and prevents the shock of suddenly having much less money for expenses. Take the example of David, who owned an IT consulting firm. He thought 1% for profit was pointless, but he started anyway. That first quarter, he accumulated $800 in profit. The psychological impact was enormous. For the first time in 5 years of business ownership, he had money that was truly his. This motivated him to continue, and within 2 years, he was consistently allocating 10% to profit, earning more than $50,000 annually in pure profit. The fifth game-changing concept is quarterly profit distributions. unlike traditional businesses that reinvest everything back into growth. Profit First encourages you to actually take profit distributions 4 times per year. Half of the profit account gets distributed to the owner, while the other half stays in the business as a permanent profit reserve. Maria owned a successful catering business, but had never paid herself a true profit distribution in 8 years. She was constantly reinvesting everything back into new equipment and marketing. After implementing quarterly distributions, Sher was able to take home an extra $15,000 in her first year of Profit First. More importantly, having that profit reserve gave her business financial stability she had never experienced before. The 6th principle addresses the psychology of money management. Michalowicz discovered that business owners behave differently when money is separated and labeled for specific purposes. When all your money sits in one account, it feels available for any expense. But when money is allocated to specific accounts, you naturally become more protective of each account's purpose. Consider Tom, who owned a small manufacturing business. Before Profit First, he would see $30,000 in his business account and think he was doing well, often making impulsive equipment purchases. After separating his money into the 5 accounts, he could see that only $8,000 was actually available for operating expenses. This visual clarity completely changed his spending behavior and eliminated his tendency to make emotional financial decisions. The beauty of Profit First is its simplicity. You do not need complex accounting software or financial expertise. You just need 5 bank accounts and the discipline to allocate money immediately when it arrives. The system works because it aligns with human psychology rather than fighting against it. The most powerful aspect of this book is that it treats profit as a habit, not a goal. When profit becomes automatic through systematic allocation, your business naturally becomes more efficient, more sustainable, and more valuable. You stop hoping for profit someday and start experiencing it immediately. If you are tired of working hard, but having nothing to show for it, if you are stressed about money despite having a successful business, or if you want to build a company that actually pays you what you deserve, Profit First will transform your financial life. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more life-changing book summaries. Comment below and tell me, what percentage of your revenue do you think you could allocate to profit starting next month? Try implementing just the 5-account system this week and watch how it changes your relationship with money. Your future profitable self will thank you. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading your life with purpose. Subscribe for more book summaries on finance, business, and personal growth. See you in the next video.